I mean, I just feel like anybody would understand at this point. Like, I'll retire the heavyweight belt if I have to. It's like, dude, give the guy what he wants at the end of the day. And I'm not talking to Dana directly. I feel like I'm at a place now where, like I want to take what I find to be super fights. I don't want to fight dangerous up and comers anymore. I want to fight dangerous, established champions. So Tom can have the heavyweight championship. I don't really care about it. Um, that my body doesn't lie in belts anymore. I've created something much bigger.
Jon Jones, who retired and vacated his heavyweight title just months ago, is back in the headlines. And this time he's making some bold declarations that have fans and fighters alike scratching their heads. What you're about to hear might leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about championship protocols in the UFC. Jon Jones has just sent a clear warning message to the UFC and Dana White, declaring himself the greatest of all time, while simultaneously claiming a title he no longer officially holds.
What's up, guys? This is UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Jones, and I'm here in Moscow attending the IBA bare knuckle tomorrow at Life Arena with the one and only Alf. Let's go, baby.
Let's break down what's happening here, because this story has more twists than a Jon Jones spinning elbow. Back in June, the MMA world was stunned when Jon Jones announced his retirement following what many considered a lackluster heavyweight title reign. The 38-year-old legend had just defended his title against Stipe Miocic, but instead of facing the obvious next challenge, a unification bout with interim champion Tom Aspinall, Jones chose to walk away.
It was never about Jon Jones. What are you feeling towards him?
First of all, thanks for keeping it short, because I have said that I'm not going to speak about it anymore. Feelings towards him, I just wish him all the best. Genuinely wish him all the best. If he feels satisfied with what he's done, which he's saying he is, and he's happy to leave like that, then I genuinely wish him all the best.
UFC President Dana White confirmed that Jones had officially vacated the heavyweight title, leaving fans frustrated and critics calling him out for avoiding what many saw as his toughest test yet. But here's where it gets interesting, folks. Just weeks after his retirement announcement, something changed. Following Donald Trump's appearance at a UFC event and subsequent White House announcement, Jones suddenly reversed course on his retirement decision.
I even think we're going to have a UFC fight. Does anybody watch UFC, the great Dana White? We're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this, on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little, we're not, Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. Going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people. And we're going to do that as part of 250 also.
And now? Well, now Jon Jones is traveling the globe, appearing at events from Thailand to Russia. And here's the kicker. He's still calling himself the UFC heavyweight champion. The latest controversy erupted when Jones arrived in Moscow for the IBA bare-knuckle fight event at Live Arena. In a promotional video that's now going viral, Jones made a statement that has the MMA community up in arms. What's up, guys? This is UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Jones. I am here in Moscow attending the IBA bare-knuckle tomorrow at Live Arena. Let's go, baby!
What's up, guys? This is UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Jones, and I'm here in Moscow attending the IBA bare knuckle tomorrow at Life Arena with the one and only Alf. Let's go, baby.
Did you catch that? UFC heavyweight champion of the world, not a former champion, not ex-champion, current champion. The reaction from fans was immediate and brutal. Social media exploded with corrections, with comments like, "Why does he still refer to himself as the HW champ?" and "former champion" flooding the post. One fan summed up the frustration perfectly. "Yeah, he has gone past shameless. Why is he still calling himself the heavyweight champ? That clown already ran away. He's no champion."
You retired, but now it seems like you're getting back into it.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
explain it, break it down for us a little bit?
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. Just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
But wait, there's more. Jon Jones recently took to Twitter with a cryptic message that's adding fuel to the speculation fire. In a tweet that's got everyone talking, Jones wrote, "Who knows what the future holds? But the moment I heard Donald Trump's announcement, I started training again." This tweet came in response to questions about his fighting future, and it's clear that Trump's recent political activities have somehow motivated Jones to return to training. The timing is fascinating, linking his comeback aspirations directly to political developments.
Yo, just wanted to wish you all a very happy and proud 4th of July. Hope you guys were safe this year and that no one lost any fingers or anything like that. Dutch, lay down. That's a good boy. USA, USA.
Even fellow fighters are taking notice. Charles Oliveira responded directly to Jones's tweet asking, "So you were gonna fight?" The question everyone's asking now is this just Jon Jones being Jon Jones? Or is he genuinely preparing for a return to the Octagon? Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Jones's declaration of being the GOAT and his apparent warning to the UFC brass.
It's been an honor to watch you become the heavyweight champion, and I can't wait to see you again. Welcome back, and congratulations on achieving your goal.
Last thing.
The greatest of all!
By continuing to call himself champion and maintaining this public persona, Jones is essentially sending a message to Dana White and the UFC hierarchy. I'm still here, I'm still relevant, and I'm still the guy. This isn't just about ego, folks. This is strategic positioning. Jones knows that his name still draws attention, sells pay-per-views, and generates buzz. By refusing to let go of the champion moniker, he's keeping his negotiating power intact.
Who is the pound-for-pound #1 in the UFC, and who is the greatest of all time?
Listen, it is my belief that as long as this guy is active, he's the best. He's the pound-for-pound best in the world, and he's the greatest of all time.
Thank you.
The GOAT claims aren't new for Jones. He's long considered himself the greatest of all time. But doing it while simultaneously avoiding top contenders and cherry-picking his appearances? That's what's rubbing people the wrong way. His recent activities, seminars in Thailand, reality show appearances that got canceled due to brawls, and now this Moscow event, suggest he's building his brand globally while keeping the UFC at arm's length. It's a power play, plain and simple. Jones is betting that his star power transcends official title status. The MMA community's reaction has been swift and largely negative. Fans are frustrated with what they see as Jones avoiding legitimate competition while still claiming champion status.
Jon Jones says he's back at camp. If he's getting ready and he's back in 2025, is it Tom Aspinall?
Yes, but while Jon is working somewhat hard to make sure it's not Tom, part of that is a troll. Part of that is Jon likes to have fun. But Tom is believing it. I mean, Tom is working double and triple time to secure that match. He isn't promised it. That Tom is no longer our interim champion. Apparently, he still is. But if Tom is an interim champion, then what's Jon? Because everybody says he's the undisputed champion. That is not possible. History says the interim champion is the #1 contender, but right now he's not. We're having a discussion. Of course they are going to fight. That's the only fight that's even going to be offered to Jon. He can either retire or fight. According to himself, he's in training camp, which means by virtue of proxy that he's agreed to fight Tom.
The criticism centers around several key points. First, Jones retired specifically to avoid fighting Tom Aspinall, who many consider the rightful heavyweight champion. Second, he vacated the title officially, making his continued claims technically invalid. Third, his flip-flopping on retirement based on political events has left many questioning his commitment to the sport. However, Jones still has supporters who argue that his legacy speaks for itself. They point to his long light heavyweight reign and his technical victory over Stipe Miocic as evidence that he deserves respect, regardless of current circumstances. The bigger question is what this means for the heavyweight division. With Aspinall holding the interim title and Jones in limbo, the division remains in an awkward state of uncertainty. Dana White has remained relatively quiet on Jones's recent antics, but you have to wonder how long the UFC will tolerate this public relations headache. So where does this leave us, fight fans? Jon Jones continues to operate in his own reality, one where he's still the heavyweight champion, despite officially vacating the title. His training resumption following Trump's announcement adds another layer of intrigue to an already complex situation. Will Jones actually return to face Aspinall?
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, you know, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military, and this is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
Jon Jones has just dropped a clear bombshell to the UFC and Dana White with his recent social media activity. And trust me, this is not what anyone expected. From retirement announcements to mysterious Dubai trips, Bones is playing chess, while everyone else is playing checkers. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into what could be the most significant power play in heavyweight division history.
Hey, so they've announced this White House UFC fight. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting. Very exciting.
Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feeling that I'll be on that card.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any possible names you think?
Well, no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall. But we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. I feel like be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night. I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
Let's start from the beginning, because this story has more twists than a Hollywood thriller. Just last month, Jon Jones shocked the MMA world by announcing his retirement and pulling the plug on what everyone thought was a guaranteed fight with Tom Aspinall. The heavyweight division was left in chaos. Dana White was visibly frustrated, and fans were absolutely devastated. But here's where it gets interesting. While the UFC was busy positioning Tom Aspinall as the new face of the heavyweight division, Jones wasn't exactly fading into the background like a typical retiree would.
Tom, July 2025, a lot has happened recently. How's everything going? How's training going? Is there something more you can share with us about your next fight?
Yeah, everything's going good. I mean, for the last year, almost, I've just been training non-stop. So, I mean, you know yourself, anytime that you're training, you're going to be improving.
Yeah.
So, I've been training pretty good. I've just been doing what I'm told by the UFC, which is stay ready. I've stayed ready for a year now. So, it's been a little weird situation, but that's done. We now have a fight. We can move forward with that. Finally, I'm really happy about it. Like, I'm happy to just move forward and leave the last...
Then came the game changer. President Donald Trump announced that the UFC would host a historic fight card at the White House in 2026 as part of America's 250th celebration. And suddenly, Jon Jones's retirement didn't seem so permanent. But when Jones expressed interest in being part of this historic event, Dana White shut him down hard, saying, quote, "I just can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card." That's when things got spicy, folks.
It's not even about him winning the belt. You know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card.
Now, if you know Jon Jones, you know he doesn't take disrespect lying down. And Dana's comments, that was disrespect with a capital D. Jones fired back on social media, expressing his disappointment and publicly criticizing Dana White's stance. But that was just the appetizer. The main course came when Jones posted something that sent shockwaves through the MMA community. He shared a photo from Dubai, wearing traditional attire with the caption, "Dubai, with my Habibis at Abraham Kawa, at Malkik." Now, this might seem innocent to casual fans, but for those paying attention, this was a massive statement. Jones wasn't just vacationing, he was there with the Kawa brothers, his longtime managers. And this trip coincided perfectly with UFC's return to Abu Dhabi. This wasn't a coincidence, people. This was Jon Jones sending a clear message. You don't want me for the White House card? Fine, I've got other options. Here's where the plot thickens even more. Remember Dirty Boxing, that rising fight promotion that's been making waves? Well, guess who's been a co-owner since March?
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feeling that I'll be on that card. It's going to be historic.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Any possible names you think?
Well, no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. be only fitting to have a American guy fight for the championship that night, I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
That's right, Jon Jones. Founded by former UFC fighter and BKFC champion Mike Perry, Dirty Boxing has been quietly building something special, and Jones's recent Dubai trip with his management team, that screams international expansion. Let me paint you a picture. Dubai and Saudi Arabia have become absolute powerhouses in combat sports. We're talking massive government backing, unlimited resources, and a hunger for the biggest names in fighting.
It's been an honor to watch you become the heavyweight champion, and I can't wait to see you again. Welcome back, and congratulations on achieving your goal.
Last thing.
The greatest of all time, ladies and gentlemen, Jon Jones!
Now, imagine Jon Jones, one of the greatest fighters of all time, potentially headlining a major Dirty Boxing event in the Middle East. We're talking about a promotion that could rival the UFC in terms of spectacle and production value. And here's the kicker. This gives Jones incredible leverage. He's essentially telling Dana White and the UFC, you need me more than I need you.
Out for 3 years, comes back and beats Cyril Gane. Like that. Easily. In my opinion, he does the same thing to Francis. What? 100%. Does the same thing to Francis. Francis didn't want to fight Jon Jones.
But this isn't just business for Jones, it's personal. His relationship with Mike Perry goes way back to their Jackson Wink Academy days, and it's deeper than most people realize. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, that White House fight card. In recent interviews, Jones has been anything but retired. He said, "I was retired. I felt like I've done it all in the MMA space." Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to host a fight at the White House Garden. That just seems like a huge opportunity. But here's the most telling quote. As of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year.
You retired, but now it seems like you're getting back into it.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
explain it, break it down for us a little bit?
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. Just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
Did you catch that? We'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. That doesn't sound like a retired fighter talking. That sounds like someone with a plan. The White House card is targeted for July 4th, 2026. That gives Jones plenty of time to either force the UFC's hand or create such a massive spectacle with Dirty Boxing that Dana White has no choice but to come crawling back.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feeling that I'll be on that card. It's going to be historic.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Any possible names you think?
Well, no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. Be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night. I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
And if you needed any more proof that Jones isn't done, just look at his recent Instagram post showcasing his fight posters. He wrote, "The wall's almost filled. But trust me, the story's still being written. The best is yet to come." That's not retirement talk, folks. That's a man who knows he still has chapters left to write in his legendary career. So here's what we're looking at. Jon Jones has positioned himself as the ultimate chess master in this situation. He's got leverage with Dirty Boxing, connections in the Middle East, and the potential for a historic White House fight card. Dana White thought he could push Jones around, but Bones has just showed everyone that he's got options. Big ones. The question isn't whether Jon Jones will fight again. It's where he'll fight and who's going to pay him what he's worth. What do you think, fight fans? Is this the smartest power play in UFC history? Or is Jones playing with fire? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and follow us on all social media platforms for the latest MMA news and analysis. Until next time, keep throwing those hands, and we'll see you in the next one.
UFC 321, October 25th, Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. Tom Aspinall will face Cyril Gane. Aspinall has 15 wins, and all of them are by finish. Gane is the #1 ranked heavyweight.
Yes, we are back. Finally, we're back after over a year hiatus. Everybody knows, I don't have to explain what's gone on, but this is no fault of my own that I've been off for a year. Me and Cyril finally signed on the dotted line. We have actually, from my maths, this is the 4th time we've been matched up together. Me and Cyril got in the UFC around about the same time. I think he was there a little bit before me. He had a couple more fights.
Dana White has officially confirmed what we've all been waiting for: Tom Aspinall's first undisputed heavyweight title defense. But that's not all. We're also getting into Jon Jones' controversial exit from the division and what UFC legends are saying about this entire situation. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we cover all the biggest MMA news as it breaks. Let's get into it.
The fights. First of all, Tom Aspinall, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
Not the interim anymore because, of course, Jon Jones retired, walked away from the sport, and then 2 weeks later came back and said he wants to fight in the UFC at the White House against the champion, but wouldn't mention Tom Aspinall's name, which is absolutely crazy because guess what? Tom Aspinall will be the champion because most of the people in the top 10 Tom Aspinall has beaten, apart from one guy, that is Cyril Gane, and that is who he will be fighting at UFC 321. All goes down Abu Dhabi.
All right, let's start with the big news that Dana White dropped. Tom Aspinall will make his first defense of the undisputed heavyweight title against Cyril Gane at UFC 321 on October 25th in Abu Dhabi at the Etihad Arena. Now, for those who might be catching up, Aspinall became the undisputed champion back in June when Dana White announced that Jon Jones had officially retired. This came after months of Jones refusing to unify the belts with Aspinall, essentially holding the division hostage. What makes this fight even more interesting is the history between Aspinall and Gane. According to Aspinall himself, this is actually the 4th time they've been matched up together. He claims Gane has turned him down multiple times in the past, once early in their careers before they were even ranked, and again when Aspinall wanted to fight the winner of Gane versus Spivak at UFC Paris. Aspinall didn't hold back, saying, quote, "We are going to try and get rid of Cyril Gane from the title picture for good." That's some serious trash talk right there.
This is Cyril's 3rd title shot, so we are going to try and get rid of Cyril Gane from the title picture for good.
How's the confidence levels?
Confidence levels great. Confidence levels great. I believe that.
This will be Gane's 3rd title shot. He previously lost to Francis Ngannou and was submitted by Jon Jones in just 124 seconds at UFC 285. The pressure is definitely on the Frenchman to prove he belongs at the top of this division. Now here's where things get really spicy. UFC legend Michael Bisping has made a bold prediction about what's going to happen after this fight, and it involves Jon Jones. Bisping, who's been one of the most vocal critics of Jones for dodging the Aspinall fight, thinks Jones is going to be watching this bout very carefully. And if Aspinall doesn't finish Gane faster than Jones did, remember, Jones submitted Gane in 124 seconds. Bisping guarantees we're going to see Jones pop up on social media with some tweets. Here's what Bisping said. "Just you wait. Jon Jones is probably gonna pop up on Twitter. If he doesn't beat Cyril Gane as fast as Jon did, I guarantee we're gonna get some tweets."
Just you wait. Jon Jones is probably going to pop up on Twitter. If he doesn't beat Cyril Gane as fast as what Jon did, guarantee.
This is classic Jones behavior, right? Even in retirement, he's probably going to find a way to insert himself into the conversation and remind everyone of his accomplishments. The man just can't help himself when it comes to social media drama. Bisping does fancy Aspinall to get the job done, though. And honestly, so do most fans. Aspinall has been finishing guys in the first round consistently. 7 of his 8 UFC victories have ended in round 1.
I'm quite lucky in that regard because I don't feel like I have a lot of miles on the clock, and the 32 is quite young for a heavyweight.
Yeah,
so,
you're getting ready in your prime.
I would fight if I could.
Yeah.
If I could fight like this month or next month, then it would be perfect. But it's obviously not going to happen right now. So probably twice a year is maximum for a heavyweight usually. 3 times a year is a little bit of a push. So
then came the retirement announcement in June, which many people saw as Jones taking his ball and going home rather than facing a legitimate threat in Aspinall. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Jones recently expressed interest in coming back for a potential UFC White House event that's being planned for July 4th, 2026, as part of America's 250th Independence Day celebration. He even re-entered the USADA testing pool briefly. However, Dana White shut that down hard at a recent press conference saying, "I just can't risk putting him in big positions, in a big spot, and have something go wrong, especially the White House card."
I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, especially the White House card.
This is clearly a reference to Jones's checkered past, the failed drug tests, legal issues, and that time he refused a short-notice fight that led to the cancellation of UFC 151. Jones responded by saying he was disappointed in White's assessment, claiming he's ready to represent his country and chase legacy. But honestly, the damage might already be done to his reputation with how he handled this whole Aspinall situation. The MMA community hasn't been quiet about this whole situation. Beyond Bisping's comments, other fighters and analysts have been weighing in.
Campaign, whatever you want to call that last chapter, the effect it had was to demoralize the fan base. And now he thinks he can come out there and be like, "I'm back in the gym." Bye. You're not wanted.
Oh, you just retired. Now we're going to be able to fight at the White House July 4th. You're getting back in the testing pool. And then you obviously think you can fight for the heavyweight championship.
Many fighters have called out Jones for what they see as duck behavior. The general consensus seems to be that Jones saw a young, hungry, and extremely dangerous opponent in Aspinall and chose the safer route of retirement rather than risk his legacy. Aspinall himself has been pretty diplomatic but firm, saying that Gane is due a little bit of a beating from him after all the fight negotiations that fell through. What's really telling is that even Dana White seemed fed up with the Jones situation. You don't often see White completely shut down one of his biggest stars like that, but the White House comments showed just how burned those bridges might be.
Well, I am the best heavyweight in the world, but I want to show everyone that I'm the best heavyweight in the world. Ciryl Gane's lost 2 title shots, and I want to give him his 3rd title shot loss and get him out of there.
The heavyweight division can finally move forward now. We've got fresh blood at the top with Aspinall, and potential future matchups with guys like Alex Pereira possibly moving up from light heavyweight, or even other contenders in the division. It's honestly refreshing to have a champion who actually wants to fight the best available competition rather than picking and choosing opponents.
Did you see the Derek Lewis-Ciryl Gane fight? Ciryl Gane beat the shit out of him. Ciryl Gane, who's 6'5", 247 pounds, moves like a 170-pounder. He's bouncing like Wonder Balls the entire fight. Bouncing, throwing feints, completely changed the standard of heavyweight striking. Every time Derek Lewis goes to set up, Ciryl Gane is nowhere to be found. Look at that jab. It changed my opinion of how a fight with him and Francis Ngannou would go down. Francis Ngannou has the nuclear option, but he doesn't have the movement. The question is, can Francis deal with the movement, threaten him in a way that Derek Lewis didn't figure out how to?
So there you have it. Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane is official for UFC 321 on October 25th in Abu Dhabi. Jon Jones is out of the picture for now, despite his White House dreams being shot down by Dana White. And the heavyweight division can finally move forward with some fresh energy. What do you think about this whole situation? Are you excited to see Aspinall as the undisputed champion? Do you think Jones will actually stay retired? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more MMA content, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep training and stay tuned for more fight news.
For the last year, almost, I've just been training non-stop. So, I mean, you know yourself, anytime that you're training, you're going to be improving.
Yeah.
So, I've been training pretty good. I've just been doing what I'm told by the UFC, which is stay ready. I've stayed ready for a year now, so it's been a little weird situation, but that's done. We now have a fight. We can move forward with that. Finally, I'm really happy about it. Like, I'm happy to just move forward and leave the last. To be honest, I've had a really good year in my life. It's been a great year, but as far as professionally, I would have liked to have been more active, obviously.
Tom Aspinall's next fight, ongoing drama with Jon Jones, and potential blockbuster matchups that could reshape the entire division. Just when we thought the heavyweight title picture was finally clear, new twists have emerged that could change everything, from confirmed title defenses to potential super fights. Tonight, we're breaking down every angle of this developing story.
Tom, real quick. All we wanted is a well wishes for Jon Jones for his retirement. Do you have any words for him?
Let's start with the biggest news. Tom Aspinall has officially confirmed his first UFC heavyweight title defense is locked in. After months of uncertainty following Jon Jones' retirement, then unretirement saga, the British champion finally has clarity on his next fight. Yes, it is. Signed and locked in. As far as signing, I can't remember the last time that I physically signed a contract. They just asked me and I said yes, and that's it.
You'll be ready. Prepare for it and be ready.
So you said you have something coming. Is it signed? Is it locked in? Is it something we can expect soon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. As far as signed, I can't remember the last time I actually physically signed a contract. They just ask me, I just say yes, and then that's it. Usually I sign the contracts on fight week. Contracts actually don't mean too much. The UFC asks you, you say yes. The verbal contract is all anybody.
This verbal agreement comes at a crucial time. Aspinall was elevated to undisputed champion status after Jones announced his retirement, only for Jones to return to the drug testing pool weeks later following Donald Trump's announcement of a UFC event at the White House in 2026.
Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him like coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card.
But here's where it gets interesting. Dana White has publicly snubbed Jones for that White House event, citing trust issues with the former champion. This has effectively cleared the path for Aspinall to defend his title against other contenders. While no opponent has been officially announced, the most likely candidates are #1 contender Ciryl Gane and Alexander Volkov. Aspinall has dominated most of the top 10 heavyweights in the first round, but he's never faced Gane, who previously held interim heavyweight gold.
I've done enough in the UFC to fight for the undisputed title. We now have the UFC top 10 here in front of me. So, me and Jon Jones, Volkov is #3. Beat Volkov in the first round. Ciryl Gane, been trying to fight him for about 3 years. So I just called him out, went to France, and he turned the fight down. If it's for the undisputed title, I'll take him out. Curtis Blades, I beat him in the first minute. Sergey Pavlovich, beat him in the first minute. Jailton Almeida. Haven't fought Almeida. I will absolutely fight him in a heartbeat. Sergey Spivak, beat him in the first round. Tibora, beat him in the first round. That's most of the top 10. Jon Jones, Ciryl Gane, and Almeida. They're the only 3 guys who have not beaten the top 10.
The champion's eagerness is palpable. He's been ready to fight for over a year and wants to break the heavyweight division's recent pattern of only 1 title fight per year. But perhaps the most intriguing potential matchup isn't with current UFC contenders. It's with Francis Ngannou, the man many still consider the lineal heavyweight champion.
Tom Aspinall's the guy. He's the guy.
And what about Francis Ngannou? You having him? You want some?
The day that I start ducking out of fights and turning opponents down and stuff like that is the day that I'm going to retire. I'll fight anyone, I'll fight anytime, and I'll fight anywhere. Never turn down a fight in my life. Never will. The day that I start thinking about turning down fights is the day that I'll retire. So to answer the question, whoever they want me to fight is who I'm going to fight.
Aspinall has made it clear he's interested in defending his title against Ngannou, despite the significant obstacles involved. I'm not sure of his circumstances. I know he didn't have the best relationship with the UFC, so I don't know if that's repairable. But like I said, I'll fight anybody. He's very, very dangerous. I think I'm a smart fighter with a good fight IQ, and I think I could navigate that danger well.
What's your opinion on that?
I'm not sure on his circumstances. I don't know if that's... I know that he didn't have the best relationship with the UFC, so I don't know if that's repairable. And I also don't know. You think it is?
I think it's the fight business.
Yeah.
If you can make a fight this big with you knocking everybody out, him knocking everybody out.
Yeah.
He's in his late 30s. You are in your prime. This is the moment to make it.
I mean,
you don't have to always agree with everybody. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I'll fight anybody. I've said that from the beginning.
We know, but if you look at Ngannou, I think Gane is an incredible fight. You haven't fought him yet.
Yeah.
Ngannou and you, to be considered one of the best heavyweights of all time, I believe you have the skill set. You have the striking, you have the wrestling, you have the grappling. The depth of the division isn't really there. So I go and I look outside of the UFC because I want to see the biggest fights possible. I'm not a fighter anymore. I'm a fan now. You and Ngannou, how you guys match up?
I like it. I like the fight. I think that he's very, very dangerous. I think that I'm a smart fighter with a good fight IQ. And I think that I could navigate that danger well.
This potential super fight represents everything fans love about combat sports. the unification of titles, and the settling of who's truly the best. Ngannou never lost his UFC belt in the Octagon. He left due to contract disputes in 2022 and has since become the PFL Superfights heavyweight champion. The challenges are significant. Ngannou's messy exit from the UFC involved disagreements over fighter pay, creative freedom, and boxing opportunities.